How's it going, everyone? So the question we're going to be looking at today is what is the best possible way to be bigger and stronger on the pitch? And it's a bit of a two-parter because the second part of the question is, do you need to be bigger to be faster? This is a question that's been coming in a lot, and a lot of it's been in response to Traore at Wolves, kind of tearing it up at the moment. And obviously he's much bigger and looks much stronger than your regular Premier League footballer. So we've been getting this question quite a lot. So before I forget, we've got a deal on the MatchFit Football Fitness Academy. It's usually $49.99, but there's a special offer and there's a link below. So if you click the link, you're going to see what the special offer is, and it's going to be much better than the normal price for it, okay? And this question specifically came in from a 19-year-old player. So we want to try and make it apply to some of our younger players as well, who might want to focus on hypertrophy a little bit more than some senior players. So first things first, how do you get bigger? Well, you get bigger through hypertrophy training. Basically, hypertrophy is just to grow your existing muscle fibers. We can't add new muscle fibers, but you can make the ones you have already much bigger and stronger as well. So the way you do that is through mechanical stress. So that's through lifting heavy loads and lots of eccentrics. And the second way is through metabolic stress. So that's going to be through using lighter loads for more reps. So we're going to achieve greater time under tension. And that's going to help us have metabolite accumulation, and is going to basically signal to our body that we can't actually handle what's going on at the moment. And we need to increase the size of the existing muscle fibers we already have. Okay, so they're the ways we do that. Quite simple, obviously. Heavy loads is going to be your major strength exercises. So for a back squat or front squat or a trap bar deadlift, you might be lifting 2, 3, or 4 reps, and they might be done with really slow eccentrics. So that's a simple way you can tick that box with a major complex movement. When it comes to metabolite stress using lighter loads, we can do that a little bit more effectively with our more assistance-based exercises. And that might be the work that comes after. So there might be leg extensions, hamstring curls, there might be Romanian deadlifts, there might be dumbbell presses and things like that. So we can pretty much do this already with the training program you're already using. We just need to change things slightly in there. How and when you would do this is really important, because a lot of this training is going to make you sore. So we always say we want you to be fit and fresh and ready to go on the football pitch. So being sore all the time is not ideal. So during pre-season is an ideal time to do this, because obviously the matches you're playing might be friendlies. So it's not like it's win or lose, is live or die. Whereas at the back end of the season, it's really important that you're winning games. So pre-season is a good time to do this type of work. If you are a younger player and you need to make the step up to the senior level, it's likely that hypertrophy is going to be high up on your list of priorities. So the way you could structure this throughout the whole season is really simple. If you're playing matches on Saturdays, then Tuesdays might be a really big lower body session for you. It might include some upper body work as well. And that might be the day you do your heavy lifting and you have your eccentrics as well, because that's going to cause soreness, but the soreness should leave within 72 hours. Okay, so you should be okay when Saturday comes around. Wednesday might be a day off for you. You might do heavy lower body but low eccentric demand on that day. So you might be doing trap bar deadlifts and things like that have no eccentric component. You might have upper body work on Friday, even the day before a game. If you are a youth player, then you're going to need to make that step up to the senior level. So you can't afford to just do hypertrophy work in pre-season. You might have to do it all year round if you're a youth player. And then you might have your game on a Saturday. You might have Sunday off. So that's how it could look within the course of a week. So before I forget, we've got a deal on the MatchFit Football Fitness Academy. It's usually $49.99, but there's a special offer and there's a link below. So if you click the link, you're going to see what the special offer is, and it's going to be much better than the normal price for it, okay? So the best way to be bigger and stronger on the pitch is to do strength training and hypertrophy training. Really simple. The more complex side of it is being bigger going to help you be faster? And the answer is probably it depends. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So it can help. Strength training and being bigger and stronger can help beginner athletes and people who have just started training be faster. the biggest speed gains from strength training have been found in more beginner athletes who are less specialized. So if you take an elite sprinter and do some strength training, then it's not that likely that immediately they're going to improve because the margins they're dealing with are much smaller. But for a beginner athlete or for a youth athlete, then definitely strength training is going to help to improve speed. Another thing that being bigger and stronger can help in terms of being faster, it can make you more resistant to injury. So obviously we get lots of hamstring injuries sometimes during high-speed running and sprinting. So if your hamstrings are bigger and stronger, then maybe they'll be less likely to become injured during this type of work. So there's some positives that strength training can have, but really speed is extremely technical. Okay, it's a skill that needs to be practiced, which is why there's lots of speed work in the program. It's why elite sprinters spend most of their time on the track and not in the gym. They do obviously spend time in the gym, but most of their time is spent on the track. So it's very technical. There's likely to be an ideal amount of time for each individual that they spend on the ground. So each foot spends a certain amount of time on the ground because they need to produce force to move forwards or move upwards, depending what phase of sprinting you're in. So it's likely to be ideal for each individual player, and the amount of time in the air is going to be unique to each individual player as well. So if you affect your body weight drastically, then that time on the ground could change quite a lot, okay? So sprinting is very technical, and there's an ideal level for each person to be at. So if you add a large amount of mass quickly, you might find that you improve your speed or decrease your speed, depending on how it's affected you. So how do you know if you should be trying to add mass to improve your speed? I would say if you feel like you're a little bit lightweight and can't step up to that next level because other players are bigger and stronger than you, then you need to increase your mass regardless, okay? So you're going to have to do this strength and hypertrophy work. If you're not, okay, I would recommend, so if you're already at the senior level, for example, I would recommend the focus being on your technical speed work, okay? But the extra mass really is going to be trial and error. So if you feel like you potentially want to try and add mass and you're able to add 1, 2, or 3 kilos, then great, go and do so. Try and find a way to monitor your speed, so monitor your sprinting over this time. Make sure you're still doing power work as well, and then hopefully you should at least maintain your speed. So if you add 2 or 3 kilos to your body weight and maintain your speed, then that's going to be a very positive thing for you because you're going to be stronger, you're going to be able to hold players off more, but you're going to be the same speed. So effectively your performance is going to have improved. If you find that your speed decreases, you need to have a real think about whether that's good for you as a player and if that's something that you want to do and if it's going to help your game. So finishing off looking at Traore, he's big, he's fast. His style of play, he's obviously a winger. He wants to hold off players, he wants to get in behind players. So being big and strong is really beneficial for that. So that's going to help his game. If you think that it's not going to help your game, then maybe you shouldn't be looking at hypertrophy. You should be doing strength and power training to try and help your game in that way. So it's never that simple. It's never just one answer. But these are some ways that you can put strength and size on, and that's how it may affect your speed. So before I forget, we've got a deal on the MatchFit Football Fitness Academy. It's usually $49.99, but there's a special offer and there's a link below. So if you click the link, you're going to see what the special offer is, and it's going to be much better than the normal price for it, okay? Cheers, guys!